Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. It's 10 minutes before the market opens, and I am here finishing up my watch list. For those of you who would like to learn on how to day trade for a living, please feel free to check our website out. It's ecourseunlock.com, and in that website, you'll see a link to the day trading course that is currently offered, as well as to the book that is now published on Amazon. It's called Day Trading Unlocked by Mary de Guzman. The current course that's being offered is Day Trading Unlocked. And if you click that link, you will see the syllabus that we offer there. The syllabus includes more than 35 hours of learning, and we add to the content every week, so learning never stops. Also, you'll see there are chapter 1, 2, until 10 of what you are or what you can expect for us to deliver. You'll also see there our trade recap, and this content right here, we post that weekly as well, so you'll have an idea on what we do as day traders. And if you do have questions, please feel free to email me. My email is at mary@ecourseunlock.com, and looking forward to helping you on how to day trade for a living. All right, so with that, let's look at my watch list. So for today, the watch list that I'm looking at is still the same criteria, those that had a gap up of at least 3% and a gap down of at least 3% as well. So let's look into that. So to begin with, I am looking at KALA. This is a low float stock. It is a float of 1.38 million, so very low float stock. I just placed in here my pre-market high and my pre-market low at 17.28. This one, I would just try to look at this one at the open and see if there's any setup that's going to form. Next, for the gap up, this is a gap up of 4.7% is CRWD. This has a float of 211 million, so not a low float stock. Daily chart had been going up for almost past week, and the 15-minute chart here showing some signs of reversal right here, and looks like we have tapped out on that level right there. So just gonna put my level. Pre-market high is at 133.72. Pre-market low is at 126.54. So this one is 133.72. I always like to make it green, so I have an indicator whether that's breaking the high versus breaking the low. So that's CRWD. Next one is Meta. For Meta, what I can see here is these are my levels from previous trading day that I used to trade this one. So we had a nice curl right here going up. We're almost close at the VWAP. So this one is like a 3-day play. So with a 3-day play, not a high probability that it will continue to go higher, or will it just retrace. So this one is just gonna be, I'll be watching this one at the open, but no setup as of this moment. Apple is a gap up of 1.8%, so not really the one in my criteria, but since we don't have a lot in our gap up list, I'll just put in the level here. So pre-market high is at 154.01. We did find a strong resistance there with a support at 152.03. So around $2 move right there with Apple. 3-day play. So we'll be watching that. Nvidia is a gap down of 0.08. Tesla is a gap up of 0.57, so almost flat at the open. I will just delete my levels here. Those levels are from old trading days. So putting out my level here, pre-market low. Pre-market high is at 199.52 with a pre-market low of 196.96. So even if Tesla is almost flat for the day, this one is just a mover. Just because a lot of traders are trading this one, we already have 2.8 million. And that's why Tesla can be a good stock to trade as well, because it's very volatile. Next one is Amazon. These are my previous level here, so just deleting that one. So this one, also a 3-day play. Let's look at what SPY had been doing. Just deleting my level. SPY also is a 3-day gap up. So, well, there's a big candle bar right here. We do found a support at 392, and then now we're just going higher high, higher low. So with how the SPY is doing, it is being reflected with other stocks as well, and that includes Amazon. So Amazon, I'm going to put my level pre-market low right here, 94, with a pre-market high of 95.34. So around $1 move there. With Amazon, this is not such a big of a move to this stock, but nothing really is happening yet, so I'll just put in the level there. I always just wanted to watch Mullen as well. Looks like this one is just a bunch of algorithms. So next one is ESPR. ESPR is, I found in the market viewer, either in a NYSE most active or a NASDAQ most active. So when I don't see any stock that is gapping up on my gap up right here, the scanner, as well as in the gap down, I will look into the NASDAQ most active as well as NYSE most active and sort it out at the highest percentage of change from previous day close. So since this is a Monday, those that had a change from Friday until the opening today, which is at 4 a.m. So for ESPR, float here is 75 million, so not a low float stock. Looking at the daily, this price right here, what was touched back in December 12 of 2022. So we are reaching that level. I do find a support right here where it touched that level back in 2023 or 2022. So I'll just put in a level as well, just to remind myself that we find or we do have a level there. So let's see here. So that's a 4.91, which is actually in this area. Right now we're at 5.38. Just looking at the spread here, 0.02 is the spread. So just putting in a level as well. So that's where is my pre-market low, and pre-market high is right here at 6.74. So that's my ESPR. And then next one is BOIL. This one, I can't see the float. Not sure whether this one is one of the ETF. So let's see, 612, 613, 14 million. Just gonna put in a level here. Pre-market high is at 7.05 with a pre-market low of 6.04. So we have less than 2 minutes before the market opens. So that is BOIL. SI. I had been trading this stock from before. So this one, we do have a doji right here. I like that the doji here could serve as a good resistance there, and we can find a follow through there. The only thing though is this is a cheap stock of just a $5, a float of 27.5 million. So not a low float stock. So just want to put in a level right here. 30 seconds before the market opens. So that's SI. Apple, I've seen this one. Did I put my level in Apple? Yes, we do have a level. Netflix is levels right here are from old trading days, but almost flat. Azul is a pre-market. This is a gap up. So the market is now open, and this is the low of this. This one is just a wick, so I'll consider the one that is not a wick as my pre-market low. So pre-market low here is at 4.54. All right, so now that the market is open, let's see KALA. This is a low float stock right here. Not a lot of movement. I am turning off my pre-market data here so I can see this one clearly and put this one as a 5-minute time frame. So CRWD is in between the level here. So Meta was a good gap up play here. It just went all the way. This is an opening range breakout. Apple is having that resistance at the, this is the pre-market high right there. What is SPY doing? Looks like, yeah, we're having a pullback right there. Rejection. Tesla is about to break the pre-market low here. Amazon. Oil is, so not a lot of movers yet. Okay, Apple having that resistance, the pre-market high as a resistance. Entering long at Apple here. Just want to share my screen here. So this is my Apple right here. Bunch of orders right here sitting at the ask, which is a very bullish. So for here, my stop loss is just below this VWAP 153.74. And let's see what else is there. Meta just had a test right here. entering Meta here. Best entry could have been right here at 188.3. Stop loss is just below this candlestick right here, 87.96. As the stop loss. Tesla is bouncing. Amazon is about to break the pre-market high as well. Amazon is bullish. My stop loss is gonna be 95.25. So far, this one had been working in the favor. Taking some partial here, moving my stop loss higher than my break even, so I don't turn this one into a losing trade. Meta did not get the partial. Amazon is moving, so taking some partial as well, moving my stop loss higher than my break even, so I don't turn this one into a losing trade. And Meta taking some partial, moving my stop loss above my break even, so I don't turn that one into a losing trade as well. So far, this trade, all three trades are working in our favor. Apple is, let's see, SPY is heading to having some resistance, so got stopped out at Meta. Amazon was able to partial in Amazon. Apple is, let's see, having some resistance there at 154. Got stopped out in Amazon. And let's see, Netflix. This one is one of the float is 111 million, not a low float stock. A big gap up there, very bullish here, but I would, let's see, 5.55. I got stopped out here, but all green trades. Let's see what Netflix is doing. Netflix staying at the VWAP, so ESPR is the gap down here. Keep stuff down. Meta now is very bearish, so I am entering Meta to the short side. Let's see here. This one can still go either direction. So stop loss is 189.42. That will be the stop loss there. I like that the volume is increasing. We are lower than the VWAP, lowering down my risk just because this is a high price stock, and if this one breaks above the VWAP, then that means it is bullish anyway. In thesis, it's not anymore valid. So SPY is not really like a direction yet. So this one moving in my favor. It's the pre-market high right there, adding to my position. I just need to, let's see here, very strong resistance right there. 188 is the next resistance. So for this one, taking some partial here, moving my stop loss lower than my break even. This is a tight stop loss here, just because I did not want to turn this one into a losing trade. So that got me stopped out. Amazon is also having a pullback right here. Crowd is the one that is a gap up, but now had moved as a gap fill move. Netflix, Apple now is still very bullish, but it had moved without me, so I have no edge. Meta, that's the thing about having a very tight stop loss. It's still working in my favor, but I got stopped out. Tesla, Amazon, look at this big rejection right here. What is SPY doing? SPY is about flat still, but having a good pullback. What I'm looking at Meta here is, since this is a gap up, if this one gives me a sign of reversal to go higher, then I will ride this one to the long side. But right now, it doesn't look like it had found a bottom yet. I will be willing to go long here if it gives me a setup in 5 minutes that we are indeed strong and very bullish. But right now, it is still very bearish in the 1 minute, so I'll let that go without me. Amazon, let's see, yesterday's close or previous day is acting as a support there. SPY is trying to see if we have found a bottom in Amazon. So Amazon and Meta, I'm waiting for a setup, a 9 EMA setup. SPY have found. So I will be interested in going long here if it goes above 188.08. That is the body of this, and I will have this one as my indicator for an entry and a stop loss. But right now thesis is invalid because now it broke yesterday's or this candlestick's low. Amazon now is, I'm gonna enter long in Amazon here. Stop loss, giving this one some room, is below this 194.93. See, is the stop loss. That is the low of this candlestick, because if it goes below this candlestick, then it will break the low of previous day close, which is this dotted line right here. Now I am adding to my position 94.93. That is my stop loss. So just updating my stop loss since I added to my position. What is the SPY doing? SPY is bullish. I added again to my this one. Expect 95.35 as a strong resistance there. That is the pre-market high. We're at the VWAP. Yeah, expect some sort of resistance there. That is as expected. Stop loss is the same, 94.93. Meta, this one is gonna fill the gap right here. Amazon is working in my favor. That's the move that I was waiting for. Now VWAP is acting as a strong resistance there. SPY is very bullish, so that's helping this trade right here. Taking some partial here, moving my stop loss higher than my break even so I don't turn this one into a losing trade. Apple is very bullish as well. Meta, let's see. Meta here, what I'm waiting for Meta is, so we're still right here at 187. It can fill the gap 184, which is close here before it started moving. So if it goes right here or shows me some signs of reversal, that is the only time to go long on that trade. But right now Amazon is having the pre-market high and the VWAP as a strong support, so no need to exit this trade, but you just let it form. Apple is very bullish, so I did not get to maximize my profit there, but now I am waiting for Meta to give me a signal that this is done going lower, but looks like not yet. Almost got me stop out here. Not a lot of volume here on the sell off, so this one is very bullish. So let's see here. SPY is having a pullback as well. If the SPY is not having a pullback, I could have added to my position, but since SPY is having a pullback and this one is heading to R3 in the 5 minutes, I am not confident to add to my position here. Got me stop out, so that is that trade right there. So next one, Meta, I'm still waiting for this one to give me a sign of reversal to the upside. 186 is serving as a good support here, but that's just in 1 minute. So being interested in going long if it gives me a signal to the 5 minutes. Let's see, Apple is strong today, 2.4%. A lot of volume here. This one is the gap up. About to break the low 3 point, but this one is a float of 27 million. Not a lot of volume going on, so I don't want to get my capital tied up to a not so volatile stock. This one is just okay. I'm going long on Meta, having as 186.58, adding to my position 186.58 as my stop loss. We have touched that level a couple of times, and now since we have touched that level a couple of times, it is acting as a strong support. So I went long, having that in mind that I can have that level as my stop loss, 186.58. So this one, has a lot of volume here, but it's also can just not be done yet going down. So let's see here if it's gonna stop me out. And yep, out there. So for Meta, very weak here. SPY as well. Amazon could have been a good short at this 154, but now I'm late. So Meta, I'll wait for this one to go close to 185. Everything is getting pulled by the SPY. So I'm waiting for signs of reversal for SPY as well as for Meta. So Meta does not have any signs of reversal yet. So thesis is if it goes closer to 185, that's the yesterday's or previous day close, then that would be a good place to enter long. SPY looks like it had found a bottom as well. So entering long here. 185.96, adding to my position. Don't like that there's not a lot of volume here. $185.44. Apple have touched this pre-market order low of the day. Entering long. Stop loss right here is 153.37. Having this one pre-market or this low right here, low of the day, had touched that low of the day a couple of times. So I am having that below the low of the day as my stop loss. SPY had looked like it had found a bottom. So Meta had been working in our favor here. See what Apple is doing. Apple pre-market high had already broke that. Taking partial here. Moving my stop loss higher than my break even. Meta is above the moving average already. Meta had that big move already to the downside, so not as strong though. 186 right here. Stun is working. Meta acting as a strong support, 186.41 here. Let's see what Apple is doing. Apple is working as well. Moving my stop loss. Taking some partial, moving my stop loss all the way up here. So I'm trailing my stop now. Just because I'm down here, that's why I don't want to turn this one. If this one turns against me, then I will be out. Yep, so I am out. Apple still working, trailing my stop here. Trying to see whether it's a good place to add. I am out. I am up here. Didn't want to go. 154.22. 54. Adding to my position here. Moving my stop loss higher than my break even. And yep, stop out. Kala, not a lot of volume here, so did not want to join this. This one is a good short here, shorting this one. Stop loss here is 6.62. So since I'm giving some room here, entry is 6.19, 6.62 is, or 6.63 is my stop loss. So that's about 40 cents. I'm just doing 1,000 shares here. If it gives me a confirmation that this is indeed the top of this stock, then I will add. I will add when it goes below 6.18. So 6.18, if it prints right here, then I will be adding another 1K. 6.22, 23, 24, so still struggling there. $21, just trying to see if there's any other trades that I'm missing because the market just opened, and right now this is the best spot to. So 20, 20, one more. Okay, entered, re-entered, added to my position there. Because we're trying to have that pre-market or this low right here, previous candlestick, trying to break that. Once we broke that, then we have a more momentum to the downside. Added to my position again. So 6.14. This one is just a scalp trade right here. Tons of volumes here in the bid. Lowering my risk, 6.44. 6.44 is my stop loss. Don't want to enter Apple because right now it's at VWAP. This one had a strong rejection at the VWAP. Low volume here when it was pushing up. Low volume here. Adding to my position just because the volume here is dying. So now my 6.16 is my average cost, which is that level. Just updating this one, 6.44. So this is the reason why I didn't want to play Apple, because Apple is just in the VWAP, so it can pretty much just trade in VWAP for a while. Does not have to move. So with that, your capital is just going to get stuck. Does this one have reached a bottom? No. This is a pre-market low. Adding to my position here, because this is a cheap stock, that's why I needed to build volume. $6.16 is my average cost. Lowering down my risk just because now I have large volume. So lowering my risk here. Trying to see whether this one is forming a 9 EMA. So this is the move that I was waiting. Wow, I did not see that coming. Now lowering down my stop loss, lower than my break even to protect this. I did not get to make partial all the way down there because I was looking for something else. I was looking for a crowd. This crowd right here could have been a good, not the perfect 9 EMA, but a bounce in R4 or R3. And yeah, I missed that, but it's okay. This one has been moving. Perfect. So this one, $6.07. Good. Took some partial, moving my stop loss lower than this. Expect the 6, that is the VWAP, to be a strong resistance there. That's why I'm just trailing my stop right here, because even if this one bounce up, at least I'm still green on this trade. 6, but there's, let's see here, yep, GSO, Goldman Sachs is here, so have that bid waiting for the fill, so that's very bearish. 6 acting as a strong support there, but once we broke support of 6, then expect a flush here. Okay, so got me stop out. So that was the move there. This one crowd, trying to see whether this is a 9 EMA move, but look at the anomaly here. This one is moving up. This candlestick but low volume here. So this one, expect not to have a follow through here. So not a high probability trade, just based on the volume price analysis. Because if this is a perfect reversal here, then this volume right here should have a big volume and big bar as well. But it has a big candlestick, small volume. Volume is dying, so that can be just a false move. So that's what we call a false breakout. So yeah, I am done with my trade. This one can still go down, but I just don't wanna. This looks overextended to me, because what it looks like, what you wanted to do on a reversal is get to trade the first sign of reversal. So for here, the first sign of reversal was this wick right here, and that's why when I saw the wick, then I entered a very small position with a stop loss at all the way right here. And then as soon as I saw that it is having that bearish sentiment, I keep adding to my position with adjusting my stop loss, having this one now as my stop loss. So the last add is at 6.15 and then was able to catch that move. I did have to build my position because this is a cheap stock of just $6. But right now, this can just play in between VWAP. So I did not want to get tied with my capital. It's 10:07, so trading for 37 minutes, and yeah, I got 2K. So with that 2K, all green trades, and let's just go review my trade. So what are the things that I saw? So less than 37 minutes and 2K profit, all green trades. So let's look at what Apple have given. All right, so first thing is, what I saw in Apple is this line right here is my pre-market high, which I was placing before the market opened. So pre-market high, when I saw that it was about to break the pre-market high, I went long here, partial. So that was the first green trade that I have with Apple. Now, when I saw with Apple how this one have touched, if you look at Apple, this level right here was at that time the low of the day. That low of the day was tested a couple of times right here. So three times it touched that low of the day. So first touch is right here, first touch, second touch. When I saw that it touched that level again the third time, then I went long right here. The reason being is, since it had touched 3 times, then that means I can have my stop loss just a little below that level that is acting as a strong support. So I entered long, added to my position, and I got the bounce there. But when I was already green, I did add to my position, and I saw the VWAP as acting as a strong resistance. So I was trailing my stop. So I took some partial, trading my stop, and it got me stop out. If I did not trail my stop, then I could have gotten this move, but it can pretty much have move against me as well. So I would rather secure a profit rather than turning it into a red trade. So that is the Apple trade. Next one is Amazon. What I saw with Amazon, same trade as Apple, and that's why I was trading Apple, Amazon, and Meta at the open, like almost all at the same time, because I have this level right here, and that's the pre-market high, pre-market low. I placed that before the market opens, and when I saw that it is about to break or go higher than the pre-market high, then I went, my first position in Apple is right here. So I entered long, partial right here at R3, moving my stop loss, and I got a green trade right there. So that is my first trade with Amazon. Then what I saw with Amazon is this pre-market, or this one is the yesterday's close, since it's Monday. There were no trading day yesterday as well as Saturday. So previous day close, which is a Friday, ended here at this level. So this is Friday closing price. When I saw that that one is acting as a good support, I entered long here, added to my position, and when I added to my position, I keep adding. I saw that there is a bit of resistance in the VWAP, so I took partial, trailing my stop all the way above my entry, so I don't turn that one into a losing trade, and that had stopped me out. So first green trade, second green trade right here. Now it had been moving in a beautiful direction here, but I am done with my trade. Next one is Azul. Azul is a float of 111 million, so not a low float stock, but this is a strong stock. It is a gap up of at least 50% at the open, so a big gap up here. This is the 1 minute, a big gap up here in the 5 minutes, all the way had been going higher high, higher low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 consecutive green candles or white candles with my setting. When I saw that there's a wick right here, that is a very good sign of reversal, very bearish, and I saw that one. That was the giveaway. So what I did was short this one. So with that, just because the algorithm is on your side as well as the rest of retail traders, that's why it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So when I saw that, at that time, it was playing at this level. So I entered short here, 1K position. Stop loss is right here. So since I have a big stop loss, I only have 1,000 shares, and this is just a very cheap stock. It's just $6. When I saw that it did not even have the push for this one to go higher, to even test this level right here, and that's the time that I keep adding to my position. So if you look at how it looks like in the 1 minute, I am adding to the weakness. So first start of my position, 1K there. It is still trending lower low, lower high. I added to my position here. Now, even if this one is a green or a white, which is, it actually closes above the opening, but look at the volume bar right here. Volume bar is low compared to the volume bar right here, as well as the volume bar right here when it was trading lower. So that means this stock right here does not have the capacity or does not have the momentum to push higher. So when I saw that, I added to my position right here, and it's still going lower low, lower high, and we are below the 90 MA. So I added to my position there. So now I'm building up to my position, and that's how you build up a position. You don't want to have 100% of your position when you don't have the confirmation yet that it is really heading to your predicted level. So this is the buildup of my position. We did see a flush right there, so I covered partial there. Now once I partial, then I will lower down my stop loss lower than my average cost. Average cost right there is this level right here. That's why I place a level there. And I was saying that at the VWAP, expect that the VWAP is going to act as a strong support there, which sure enough, it acted as a strong support. But that's why I have my stop loss, trailing my stop loss, and that got stopped me out. So with that little bit of a move, just because I built up to my position, it was heading to my direction, and that's when I keep adding, all right, with volume price analysis, and with that, I got 453. So that is my Azul trade. So next one is Meta. So with Meta, I went short and long. So first is what I saw with Meta. Same as Apple as well as Amazon. This is my pre-market high. Pre-market low is right here. When I was looking at SPY is also heading higher. This is the one that had formed at that time that I was trading Amazon, Apple, and Meta at the open. So it's playing around the VWAP, but it did have that push above the VWAP. So when I saw that Meta, Apple, Amazon is doing the same thing, it is breaking the pre-market high, and that's where I capitalize on it. So with Meta, what I did was, it's the same thing as what Apple as well as Amazon was doing. This is about to break the pre-market high. This is my pre-market low. So a bit late here just because I was in the trade at Apple as well as Amazon. So when I saw that it broke the pre-market high, I entered long and partial, trailing my stop. And then when I saw that there's a big rejection, the rest of the stocks is doing the same thing. So what I did was I went short, cover, and cover right here. And then I thought this one now is gonna have that reversal. So I went long here, having this candlestick as the entry. So entered long, got stop out. So with that stop out, I was red to the long and waited for the perfect entry here. This is Friday's closing price, looking that it did not even have the momentum to test that, to go lower than that. So when I saw that it is having that reversal right here, what it looks like in the 1 minute is it looks like it had found a bottom. So I entered long here, which looks like this in the 5 minutes. So long, added to my position, had that big squeeze right here. I did not have a lot of volume here, so not really confident that this has a juice to go up. So when I saw that it had that massive candlestick right here without the support of a massive volume, as soon as it moved up, I just cover all my position. So thought process is the VWAP is gonna act as a strong resistance there, so I went all out. So with that, with Meta, to the short side I got 140, and to the long side I got 312. So those are my trades for the day. So with that, 37 minutes, got at least 2K and all green trades. So that's how you make high probability trades. You use first is volume bar, volume price analysis. You wait for your setup. The setup that I did was first is opening range breakout. So I did 3 opening range breakout, Apple, Amazon, Meta, opening range breakout, and then Meta I went short as well, just because I saw that there was a pullback in the SPY. There was having the VWAP as a strong resistance, so I ride that one to the short side as well. With Azul, this one is a reversal trade just because it had moved against, or it had moved already without me. So if that move already happened without you, that means you have no business of chasing that stock where it had that higher high, higher low. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 big volume bar or big candlestick. So what I waited for was a sign of reversal, and sure enough, I got that sign of reversal right here with this inverted hammer and short here and then cover. So with that, I hope you had a green trading day, and if you want to learn how to day trade for a living, please feel free to email me. And we do have our course currently offered. It's called Day Trading Unlocked under ecourseunlocked.com. We do have a book as well. It's called Day Trading Unlocked by Mary de Guzman. Please check it out and see whether day trading is for you. Because as you can see, if you day trade, there is a lot of potential that can be made with a short span of time. And the thing that really motivates me to day trade is I don't want to do an 8 to 5 job where you can even make more than the 8 to 5 job and you can have more hours to yourself. So you're still having the lifestyle. So with that, I hope you get to check out what day trading has to offer. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Thanks. Bye.